I'm Slaterbburn on Discord and Crayta, and I'm part of a collaboration of Sovereign Games. Some of the projects I'm known for solely is Canyon Combat, which was my first game I made, Prison Break, and Western Tycoon. Later on, I collaborated with somebody else from foreign Sovereign Games, and our better known games are Battle Plan, Factory Simulator, Factory Manager Tycoon, Cubits Defenders, and lately the newest one, Hotel Resort Magnet. What I love most about Crayta is the accessibility. It's easy to get access via Stadia or Epic. Personally, I don't have a computer good enough for Epic, but so to do it through Stadia is absolutely amazing. And it's just how easy it is to get going with Crayta, how to get started up. But the fact that you could do it with controller was a big plus for me because I'd never used an actual editor before Crayta, so controller just coming from playing bits of Minecraft and other games similar, it was really easy to get going with it. I had zero experience creating games and not really much playing. I've played certain games for many years, like Assassin's Creed as they've come out, but I've never actually got into making games myself. But it was all completely new to me once I started creating games in Crayta, and it's been a brilliant experience. When I got started learning in Crayta, the tutorials on YouTube helped quite a lot. The community on Discord, very, very helpful. One of my first games, Prison Break, I actually followed the Prison Hobby tutorial from YouTube. That helped a lot with learning about voxel meshes and lattice, which was a big one for me. And over the course of learning, I can now understand Lua. Can't write it, but I can understand it, which is somewhere I've never thought I'd be. And learning about CSS, I've picked up quite a lot of CSS over the past 18 months. So that's a huge bonus that I've gained from Crayta itself. I've got a couple of milestones that I'm proud of that I've actually achieved within Crayta, and my first one was Canyon Combat, my first game I made through controller. It got played on the very first play-along stream. So, and that, to me, because I was new to it, to me that was an absolutely amazing point in life that it was actually live on YouTube, being played by some really big players, and it was some achievement. The second milestone for me was my first win, because I'd put quite a lot of work in over 2 to 3 months. But to actually win that first prize fund and be rewarded a little bit for all the effort and time I was putting in, it felt really, really good. The third milestone I hit was being a mentor, because I always like to help the community. I always like to be part of the community. I like to know what everyone's doing. Like wherever I can help, I'll help out. And just being recognised and being put forward to be a mentor from the community, just put a bit of faith in the community that they see what I'm doing and they understand what I'm doing it. And I really enjoy teaching people when they first come on and showing them the basics and showing them about voxel meshes, showing them about how to manipulate voxel meshes. It's a lot very powerful with voxel meshes. And finally, Ignition is probably my biggest achievement today. It's a proud time to be in Ignition. It's something I never thought I would actually do or get to. So yeah, Ignition is probably the biggest achievement, with the first game on stream being my second. The community is amazing. It's brilliant. Everybody's always after helping people. Whenever someone new comes on, they get a very warm welcome into it, and as soon as they pop a question on, they always get an answer pretty quick, and people will always jump into your game if you want them to jump in your game. If not, we can try and explain all the Crayta. We've got people helping you that are at different levels. Like me personally, I'm more into the design and build. So any questions, I try and help as much as I possibly can with that. But there's a lot of other people who are just as good and better, that they're always willing to jump in, and we've all got different ways of doing things. So we all try and explain our views on our tips and our tricks. And once you listen to everybody's different ways of doing things, you can kind of find your own path and your own way of doing things. And then you're merging yourself into your own style and all sorts. It's really, community is really, really good. Well, I'm hoping to mentor more people into getting more into it and encourage them more that what they're doing is it's really, really good, because a lot of people who probably join Crayta don't have a background of game creation, and all they need is that encouragement. And through Ignition now, I feel like I've got more of a voice to encourage them, and they'll listen to me a bit more about the fact that they can do it, anyone can do it, anyone can get into it, and just because it's not a AAA title, it doesn't mean it's not a very good game. And I'm trying more and more lately to try and get that across to people, not just on Crayta, but outside of Crayta as well, to try and get them into Crayta. And through Ignition now, I can spend more time, because I understand the lore, trying to learn more about the lore and trying to physically write it myself and change things around so it can suit my needs, kind of deal. If I was just getting started into Crayta, my first protocol would definitely be the Discord. If you can ask any question you like, and like I've mentioned before, it's a very welcoming community. And secondly, you definitely head over to the tutorials. They're a very, very good place to start on YouTube, as well as the companion site, the written tutorials. They're really good as well. I find it easy to understand written tutorials, and I think there are a lot of people like me. And thirdly, I'd probably when you first game, try and keep your scope low. You're not trying to make a AA, AAA title. You just get used to it, learn it slowly, and pick yourself as you get to know it more. Pick yourself a bit more, aim a bit higher. Just take things slowly at the very beginning, and try and find a collaborative partner. That's always a good help.